Prior to the first Grand National Stock Car Race of 1970, the Falstaff Brewing Company held an important press meeting at the Mission Inn in Riverside, California. Mr. Joe Greasydick, president of Falstaff, announced that in 1970, Falstaff would present the Grand National point standing winner with a special cash prize of $25,000. Traditionally, the first Grand National race of the year is held at Riverside Raceway. The field of 36 racers pulls out with Parnelli Jones dead last due to a penalty. The green flag is out and it's go. David Pearson in car number 17 jumps into the lead. It's Pearson in 17, Dan Gurney in 42, then Allison and Yarborough. Things are really slippery in turn 8. Only 4 laps and Gurney is into the pits. Pearson would like to extend his lead, but one driver, Parnelli Jones, has come from last place to 6th position. Gurney makes it out after 11 minutes in the pits. Pearson still holds on to first, but Parnelli has moved into 2nd place. Dave Marcus, driving car number 30, puts some flat spots on his tires, but keeps it going. Gurney is trying to erase that long pit stop. At this point, Parnelli is running only 14 seconds behind Pearson. Yarborough in car number 98 is charging after both the number 1 and 2 spot. Dave Alonso in car number 81 cuts a fast 360-degree turn, but avoids calamity. Pearson and Parnelli pit at the same time. With them in the pits, Richard Petty takes the lead in car number 43. Pearson and Parnelli leave the pits in the same order they came in. Elmo Langley blows an engine and slides sideways. Allison in car number 22 and Sam Posey in 6 take a bumpy road off the course. Really no shortcut. Petty takes advantage of the yellow to pit. Yarborough now has the lead in 98, and A.J. Foyt has moved into 2nd. As Petty comes out of the pits, he is behind the new leader, A.J. Foyt. But Foyt's lead is short-lived, for he has to make a pit stop. Anyone might win the Falstaff points in this race. With Foyt in the pits, Roger McCluskey in number 1 has the front spot. Foyt pulls out of the pits, ready to battle for the lead. Sam Posey too fast into turn 6 and hits the wall. McCluskey has to pit. And Dave Alonso races around in circles in turn 9. Bobby Allison in 22 makes the pit stop. Parnelli in car number 21 now has the lead and has moved from 36th to 1st place. A spinning car in the S's brings out the yellow again. Parnelli Jones still hangs on to the lead. Superstar Richard Petty gets out of shape in turn 6 and caresses the outside wall. He is not hurt. McCluskey and Foyt make their way through turn 6. Alonso stars again. This time he clears the hay bales with ease in turn number 8. A.J. Foyt has the lead in the final laps. He takes the white flag, and the next time around, the checkered. He wins all the Falstaff points for the Riverside 500 and accepts the trophy from Miss Falstaff. Cars and drivers will compete today at Michigan International Speedway for the first place and Falstaff points for the national championship. Bobby Isaac moves from the 6th position to 1st with Pearson a close 2nd. After several laps, the pack gets strung out and Isaac steadily increases his lead. Pearson is 2nd, Pete Hamilton 3rd, Buddy Baker 4th, then Glotzback and Petty. As the leaders begin to lap the slower cars, Petty starts moving in traffic and is soon challenging Glotzback. Coming down the front chute, Petty passes both Glotzback and Pearson, moving into 2nd place. And in pursuit of the leader, Bobby Isaac. Many of the cars begin to pit, including Cale Yarborough, a hard charge who has problems today. Down the front chute, Petty pours it on and gets by Isaacs as they hit turn 1. Isaac will have to fight Petty now for the win in the Falstaff points. While this goes on, Cale pulls out of the pits 1 lap down. Petty stretches his lead and is running by himself. Many others have to pit for tires and fuel. It's a race against time, even in the pits. Too slow a stop could cost a whole lap in this race. Petty, who has been setting a blistering pace, slows down coming into turn 4 and heads for the pits. This gives the lead to Glotzback. Pete Hamilton is 2nd, then Cale Yarborough a lap down. Petty in the pits gets fuel and rubber, but his car stalls. The hood goes up, that means trouble. Petty's crew pushes his car, but it won't start. Petty is out of the race and will have to earn his Falstaff points at the next race. There's trouble in turn 4. A car hits the wall and bursts into flames. It's the leader, Glotzback, in car number 99. And the caution comes out, slowing down the field, starting the rash of pit stops. Cale Yarborough is one of the first to come in. Most cars get right side rubber and 1 can of fuel. Cale Yarborough is the first out of the pits, followed by Pete Hamilton. The caution is still out, and some cars pit a 2nd time for left side rubber and to top off the fuel tank. Cale Yarborough does not pit a 2nd time and makes up his lost lap. On the green flag, Cale is the leader with Pete Hamilton in hot pursuit. The way Hamilton is charging, he wants 1st, not 2nd. He gains a little on Cale Yarborough through each turn. As they come down the main straightaway on the 199th lap, they're side by side. They both take the white flag. It could be either Pete or Cale to win. The Falstaff points are still up for grabs. Pete Hamilton gets the lead on the back chute, but as they come into turn 3, Yarborough drives deep and gets the edge. Cale Yarborough gets the checkered flag. He also gets $14,550 in prize money and the winning points towards the Falstaff $25,000. NASCAR Grand National Stock Cars and Drivers converged at Southern California's Riverside International Raceway for the running of the Falstaff 400. The fastest 40 qualifiers will run Riverside's 2.62-mile, 8-turn road course for 153 laps, or a total of 400.86 miles. 40 cars begin the parade lap. Paul Doherty in car number 15 pulled out with 0 oil pressure at the end of the first parade lap, which left 39 cars to receive the green flag. Bobby Allison was the first car to spin out, but he quickly got his car back onto the track and continued. Richard Petty in car number 43 quickly jumps into the lead with Bobby Isaacs in car number 71 in hot pursuit. Petty drove the first lap at over 105.5 miles per hour. At the end of 6 laps, Petty is leading the field by 6 seconds. Dick Bound in the 02 car tries the dirt course in the S's. Dr. Don Tarr in number 37 travels sideways through turn 2 and brings out the yellow. Scotty Kane in car number 45 cuts a Dusty Dido in turn number 8. Petty, who's been leading all the way, is slowed down by traffic as he begins to lap some of the slower cars. This allows Bobby Allison, who has been running third, to catch up. Many others also try to step up the pace, but turn 6 proves to be too much. The traffic is like the freeway on the way home. The yellow is out again. Petty decides to take advantage of the caution flag and pits for tires and fuel. Allison also makes his pit stop. Petty is out of the pits in 30.9 seconds, and Allison is quickly in pursuit with a 30-second flat pit stop. The green flag is out, and Petty's lead over Allison is only 3 seconds. Petty is driving full bore to maintain his lead in the final stages of the race. Allison in number 22 does not back off in his hot pursuit. Don Knoll in number 88 gets off the course in turn 6. Richard Petty hangs on to the lead, takes the checkered flag, and wins the Falstaff 400 and a purse of $14,000. Charlotte Motor Speedway draws all the big names: Cale Yarborough, Leroy Yarborough, John Sears, David Pearson, Bobby Isaac, Bobby Allison, Freddie Lorenzen, Buddy Baker, Richard Petty, and a local hero receiving a Falstaff trophy. Charlie Glotzback is on the pole in car number 99. Richard Petty alongside. Row number 2, Buddy Baker and Freddie Lorenzen. The third row, Cale Yarborough and Pete Hamilton. The green flag. Charlie Glotzback grabs the lead, then Petty and Buddy Baker. Richard Petty pulls away slightly on the back chute. But in turn number 3, Richard goes too high and allows Buddy Baker to slip into second. It's now Glotzback, Baker, and Petty third. Buddy Baker makes his move on the outside, down the main chute. He gets by Glotzback to take first place. And Petty takes over the second spot. Bobby Isaacs has to drop behind the leaders. Leroy Yarborough is on the move to improve his position. He passes slower cars in moving up. He really puts his foot in it on the straightaway. Richard Petty has slipped by Buddy Baker for first place. Baker tries to pass on the inside. No go. On the back straight, Buddy powers by Richard, and Buddy Baker regains the lead. Number 99, Charlie Glotzback, is running third. The field rounds turn 4. Glotzback car quits and Charlie is out of contention. Number 37 slips and slides through the turn and brings out the yellow. Buddy Baker pits under the caution, and so does Richard Petty. Bobby Isaac does not pit and takes the lead. He has Freddie Lorenzen right on his bumper. Leroy Yarborough is pushing hard to improve his position. He passes 3 cars on the main straight. Leroy keeps pushing and gets by Lorenzen. He's now running second. Only a few laps to go, and a car is in trouble in the main straight. 11 laps to go, and Bobby Isaac blows an engine. 76 also blows an engine, and all this brings out the yellow flag. The race continues under the caution flag, with Leroy leading. The winner gets the checkered flag, still running under the caution. Leroy Yarborough wins the Charlotte National 500. Miss Falstaff presents the Falstaff Trophy to the winner. This time, Miss Falstaff gets the kiss from the winner's son. After the race, Bobby Isaac talked about his near win.
I started the race, and I guess I was running back about 8th or 10th, which wasn't bad at the start of the race. And as the race went on, my competition in the point race seemed to fall away, and I seemed to be left all by myself as far as the points was concerned. And then I put on a good charge and managed to catch up 2 laps that I was behind and had everything going my way. And this was one place I really wanted to win a race because it was 40 miles from my hometown, and you know, a lot of local people are there, and I think everybody feels good when local people are watching them race. But everything was going good, and like I say, I managed to get to the lead 11 laps ago, and I burned the bearing out, blew an engine, and it was all over for that day. And just go home and think about it for another day or another week or another year, just whenever the next race, and forget that one, go run the other one, and hope to go back again.
To make the presentation of the Falstaff Award to the Grand National Champion of NASCAR, the President of Falstaff Brewing, Joe Greasydeck.
Thank you very much, Ken. On behalf of Falstaff, I would like to award the Falstaff NASCAR trophy, as well as this check for $25,000, Bobby, to you as the Grand National Champion. This marks the 10th year we've been in racing, and we've had a very fine association with all of you drivers, and we've loved every minute of it. And I know that while you're all excellent, you obviously have to be the best because you won the trophy. And I'd also like to have you meet Miss Falstaff, Miss Susan Hatfield. Congratulations. I won't give this to you, Bobby, because you might drop it on your good driver's foot. So we don't want to take those chances. But anyway, we'll have it sent to you, and I think that this is something that I know you'll be proud of.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Falstaff for this check for $25,000. This has made it one of the richest point standards ever in the NASCAR circuit, and I'm certainly proud to win it.
You mind if Miss Falstaff gives you a little kiss?